Oh my gosh, I just realized everybody is throwing their stinky old DVDs away and upgrading to HD formats. The reason why is here, and we're going to talk about it next. So get ready with that trash bag. Your DVDs are going to a bad, bad place. In today's physical media news topic video, we talk about everybody's throwing away their DVDs. Yes, the controversy, the drama surrounding the situation of many deciding to get rid of those old DVDs and to upgrade to some newer formats. They're tossing out the DVD disc and they're looking other places. So we get into a massive rant on why you're making a mistake, my friend. Don't throw away your DVDs. We need to keep these DVDs around for multiple reasons. I'm going to cover that today because if you're throwing away your DVDs, you're throwing away physical media all entirely. And then we talk about the future of DVD collecting. Where does it go to next? Is everybody switching to Blu-ray 4K or some newer format? Well, let's get into it now. But first, you love collecting physical media just like me and celebrating all the formats, whether it's DVDs, Blu-rays, 4Ks, VHS. You just love owning the movies you're super passionate about. Well, you're in the right spot, my mega collecting friend. Go ahead and mega blockbuster that like and subscribe. Turn on that notification bell so you stay entertained and updated in the world of physical media. And leave in the comments below, are you throwing away some of your DVDs? Are you trying to upgrade some movies to Blu-ray or 4K and why? And let's get into this. All right, so blockbustering into the news here. What am I seeing out there in the communities? Well, I've noticed a lot of people giving away their DVDs or just throwing them away entirely. I'm like, oh my gosh, people, I will take the DVDs, give them to me. I will make sure they're safe and have a nice home. So I am just seeing people get rid of their DVDs. Now, are these always the hardcore collector types? No, I mean, they're just people that have had DVDs in the past decades when DVDs were really popular, but now they don't feel the need to have DVDs anymore because a lot of them are switching over to streaming. But some of them are collectors, I will say that, and some of them are trying out the Blu-rays, and they're actually finding they really love the HD format. They find the quality is excellent for the value. I mean, a Blu-ray disc is just a good bang for the buck, they're realizing, because you can still get Blu-rays fairly cheap if you buy them at the right times. And they're noticing a big leap in difference with the HD to the DVD quality. It's just as simple as that. And especially when they do stream a movie, they notice it's better than what their DVDs look like. So if you're going to play a DVD, they're like, might as well just stream. Or if I can afford the Blu-ray and I still want to collect, might as well pick up the Blu-ray. They're really not sticking with their DVDs. Now, maybe they have to with certain occasions because there's movies plentiful not on Blu-ray. We'll talk about that next. And there's a lot of TV shows that are stuck on DVD. So maybe they're keeping those around, but oftentimes with that too, if they want to see a show, they're just streaming it now. They're not really keeping the DVDs around. So before, you would go back in the 90s and the early 2000s, everybody in their home had a DVD or VHS collection. It was the family collection. People would acquire these movies and you would see them on the shelf. And that's when you got your entertainment. You just pulled off a disc, you pulled off a VHS tape, you put it in the player, and you were ready to watch with the whole family. That's how people built up those DVD collections over the year. But now what I've been seeing is a lot of people are like, you know what? I don't need my DVDs anymore. So once again, they're either donating them, they're going to the Goodwills and kind of the secondhand stores, the pawn shops, selling off their DVDs for a few cents, whatever they can get, or just giving them away to people like me. I've collected a ton of DVDs just that way. I mean, I have stacks and stacks of DVDs around from just people just wanting to give away their DVDs. Once again, they're just tired of taking out a disc, putting it in their player. Maybe their player doesn't even work anymore, but they just rather either stream in high definition, or if they are still a collector, they're upgrading a lot of stuff to Blu-ray. They just prefer the high definition quality, and I don't blame them. Sometimes I'll pull out a DVD, I'll play the DVD, and I do notice a big difference between Blu-ray and DVD. Now, some people don't. Some people may not notice a big difference there, or maybe they prefer the less pixels and they like the old school nostalgia of the DVD feel where it's tougher to see certain things. They don't want to see the pores on people's faces. They don't want to see all the intricate details in the clothing. I get it. So maybe they're content with DVD. But I noticed for me personally, there's a big difference between the HD Blu-ray quality. And I think a lot of people are starting to notice that too. Whenever they do, test out a DVD from years past, they're like, you know what? I think I can get a better quality image on streaming. Why the heck am I still playing a DVD here? Just get rid of the DVDs and they're playing the streaming HD quality. Or sometimes they're doing 4K streaming, which I know is not 4K disc quality 4K, but still it's just looking better than, say, a plain old DVD. Or if they are staying in the collecting market, they are going at least to HD. They are upgrading the Blu-rays. I mean, how many Blu-tubers out there do you see that are like really actively after DVDs, that are celebrating DVDs, that are promoting DVDs? I think I maybe promote DVDs more than most out there, I would say. So they're really celebrating 4Ks and Blu-rays at the very bottom of the day. It's one of those high definition qualities. They're not really saying, hey, pick up this new title on DVD. It just looks so fantastic and sounds incredible. How many times do you see somebody come out now with a DVD to really promote it? Now, of course, maybe studios and boutiques are trying to have them back to 4Ks and Blu-rays. That's a whole nother story for a different day. But still, I just don't think a lot of people that are serious about like hardcore collecting right now are buying a lot of new stuff on DVD. Now, of course, they'll get it secondhand market, thrift stores. That's really fun doing some physical media hunt videos out there, getting a whole lot of DVDs for cheap. There's definitely nostalgia in that, and that can be a fun time. And sometimes that's the only way you can find certain movies or a lot of TV. But let's rant on these people next that are just throwing out the DVDs. They're throwing them in the stinking garbage. They're not giving them to nobody. They're just tossing them away because they don't understand the importance of DVDs, and they second me to my very core, and they should be ashamed of themselves. Shame, I say, shame! So now it's time for a massive rant. So we got to rant on people throwing away old school DVDs, old school VHS, old school Laserdisc. Why are you throwing stuff away if you don't want it? At the very least, just go donate it to somebody. Go donate it to a Goodwill store, or heck, find Mega Mike the Movie Man. I will take them off your hands for sure. But don't just throw them in the stinking garbage. Sometimes, like I said, I will go out and I will see trash cans full of DVDs or old VHS, and I'm like, what the heck just happened? This is disgusting out there. So don't be doing that. Now, of course, if you can get a few pennies from them, sell them to some place, why not do that too? Go put them on Macari or eBay or one of those, auction sites or whatever, get a little chump change for them, at least at the end of the day, and then maybe they go to a nice home. But don't be just throwing away these DVDs just because. It's ridiculous. But now let's talk about, once again, also why you want to consider keeping a lot of your DVDs. Because I know a lot of people that are new to the collecting world, they're like, oh, I like the Blu-ray HD quality better. I'll just throw all my DVDs, VHS away right now, and I'll just start to collect these movies on Blu-ray. And then they start to realize, wait, I can't find everything on Blu-ray. I can't find everything on 4K. Oh my gosh, I should have kept that DVD from that old school 80s comedy I absolutely loved. Yeah, you should have. So do the research ahead of time, see what movies are available on what format. If it is available on Blu-ray or 4K, make sure you can obtain the Blu-ray or 4K first, and then go ahead and donate your DVD or VHS. That is perfectly fine. But the realistic situation here is there's so many DVDs out there that will never make the upgrade to Blu-ray or 4K. As simple as that. Only the most mainstream titles most of the time will get to the 4K upgrade. So you're even lucky sometimes to get some cool classics to Blu-ray high definition, but there's a lot of stuff that's just going to be stuck on DVD and a lot of stuff that's going to be stuck on VHS. They're not going to be popular enough to warrant a Blu-ray or 4K upgrade. I mean, I would love to see everything have every disc format option out there at the end of the day, but it's only going to be a small percentage that actually get to 4K, and not that really big of a percentage that even get the Blu-ray movie. So a lot of stuff is stuck on DVD. So if you want to see the movie, I've actually gone out and bought movies on DVD recently where I'm like, I can't find it on 4K. I can't find it on Blu-ray. I really want to see the movie. I love the movie from my childhood. I got to pick up at least the DVD. And so I will still get a DVD occasionally for sure. I want to see the movie at the end of the day. And if I have a good feeling it's probably not going to get upgraded to Blu-ray or 4K, then I'm fine picking up a DVD. And heck, if it gets upgraded later and I really love the movie, then I'll just get the new upgrade. The DVD was probably cheap as heck, right? So I have no problem with getting a DVD when it is absolutely necessary. So a lot of movies, especially a lot of TV shows, are going to be stuck on DVD. So if you love collecting TV shows, your whole collection is going to be mostly DVDs at that point, right? Because a lot of TV shows have not even gotten the Blu-ray. Some very popular mainstream shows have not even gotten the high definition treatment, let alone you think they're going to get the 4Ks. That is not going to happen. I could see a few series maybe getting a 4K, but I really think Blu-ray is the highest most shows will go in the long run, if anything, but a lot are going to be stuck on DVD, as simple as that. So if you want the show in your collection, you're going to have to buy the DVDs. It's as simple as that. So don't throw them away. Don't throw away those shows that you got on DVD until you do secure a Blu-ray upgrade or a 4K upgrade. Actually get those new upgrades in before you decide to throw everything away, because I know I see it all the time. And once again, you may say, come on, nobody does that, Mega Mike. Yes, some people do. I'm telling you, actually quite a lot of people do that I've talked to, where they're not really well-informed collectors. They're kind of new to it. They're just, trying to do their best with the knowledge they have. They end up throwing all their stuff away, and then they're like, dang, I can't watch this movie anymore. I found it on streaming. I don't need the disc anymore. That's what will happen too. They'll start watching it on streaming. They're like, oh, I love the HD streaming image. They throw away their DVD, their VHS. A month later, it's off of streaming. And they're like, heck, what the heck? I can't watch this anymore. Oh, I don't have my DVD. I threw it away. What happened? I thought streaming was the savior to all movie and TV watching, right? And then they have a meltdown. They're like, what the heck happened? I'm like, you should have kept your DVD. Should have kept it so you had it as a backup. That's why we collect physical media in the first place. So until you can secure high definition disc, even if you do see it on streaming, because it can go off of streaming real quick, still keep that DVD as a backup. Absolutely. So yes, don't be just throwing away your DVDs just for no reason. You got to make sure you can still access the movies and shows you love. Upgrade first and then decide what you're going to do with your old stuff if you're trying to save up the space. But make wise decisions out there before you destroy the collecting industry and your own personal collection, because once again, DVDs can come in clutch for those movies and shows that just haven't been upgraded to HD. Well, let's talk about the future here. Where does DVD collecting go to next? So getting out the crystal ball, going into the Blockbuster vault and going, okay, we are here in the future, my friends. What are we looking for in the DVD world? Do we see a plentiful of collectors out there going for DVDs? I will say you got the young generation going for DVDs. Yeah, Gen Z and the younger generations. They're like, I want to own something. I can't get a home no more. Let me get a disc out there for physical media. Let me have something in my hands. Okay, that is awesome. So what are they doing? They're going to the thrift shops. They're going to secondhand markets. They're going to the flea markets, right? They're getting a lot of 50 DVDs for $5. Woo, 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 woo. Yes, they are picking up a ton of DVDs on the cheap just to own something, just to have something in their collection. It's a fun time. It's exciting. It brings them back to nostalgia memory lanes where their family had a big collection of DVDs in the 90s or early 2000s, and they're just having a good time with that nostalgia train. I absolutely love to see that. That's never going to stop. That's going to keep happening. In terms of new DVD sales, are we still going to be selling a bunch of new DVDs? Oh, of course, at least for a while. I mean, home entertainment charts do not lie, I don't think. I think the data is accurate there. So you see DVDs dominate a lot of weeks, as simple as that. Now, will they have less domination in the upcoming years? Do I see 4Ks getting some spikes here and there when there's a great sale? Same with Blu-rays, maybe rise a little bit here and there. Maybe, absolutely, that's a possibility. So do I think still new DVDs will sell 100%? You go into a Walmart, you got somebody on a budget, they're gonna pick up a new DVD if they want to see a new movie. They don't have access to streaming. Maybe they got bad internet in their area. They're in a rural town. They still have a DVD player. They're gonna get their new DVDs 100%. Absolutely. They got to pick up Jurassic Reborn. Yes, of course they got to do it. They're gonna pick up new DVDs. So new DVDs will sell. Of course. So DVDs are still going to be a plentiful. More movies, more shows will come out the DVD than Blu-ray or 4K will ever. It's just going to happen. I know some people think everything's going to be 4K. No, it's not. The discs are not all going to be 4K. Get over it. Simple as that. They're not even going to be all Blu-ray. A lot of stuff will only come out the DVD. So if you want to get that particular title, you might need to pick up a DVD. As simple as that. So I still think DVD collecting is going to be a ton of fun for people that enjoy it. I think there's going to be plenty of DVD options out there, especially with people throwing out their DVDs or giving away their DVDs. You're going to find a ton of DVDs in the thrift stores and secondhand market. So you're going to be able to get some good stuff just walking around those stores and getting DVDs for cheap and having a great time. And that's fantastic. I absolutely love that. That's why I always welcome DVD collectors to this channel. I don't just talk 4Ks. I don't just talk Blu-rays. We are celebration of physical media here. We critique all the formats the same and celebrate all the formats in the same way as well, just because we love physical media. So however you do collect, we love to celebrate. So yeah, I think DVDs are going to have a big place in history, a big place in the future. I think they're still going to be around as long as physical media collecting is still around. And I think longevity wise, it's just shown to probably going to be able to outlast even Blu-rays or 4Ks. I think DVDs may be the last physical media format standing because of their cheap price point. Now, maybe I'm wrong there. Maybe Blu-rays take over, maybe 4Ks take over, but studios still support DVDs, boutiques, even some support DVDs. I just think that's going to give DVD that longevity. I mean, Walmart, ultimate supporter of DVDs, until they take out all of their DVDs in their stores and only put Blu-rays and 4Ks, we're going to see new DVDs sold. As simple as that. People love the cheap price point. People love going into Walmart, getting 5 DVDs for $5 and having a great time. It's as simple as that. That is not going to go away. So if you're a DVD collector, you're doing good. Don't just throw your DVDs away. Now, if you want to upgrade, once again, get your upgrade first, and then you can, get rid of, donate your DVD or whatever. But don't just be throwing your DVDs in the trash can. Once again, I see this stuff with my own eyes, and I'm like, what the heck is happening out there? At least donate the DVDs at the very end of the day. Come on now. And then decide if you want to upgrade, or maybe you are switching over to streaming, and okay, whatever, risk the risk of not having those movies in your collection or them disappearing or being censored out there. And if that's the game you want to play, then play that game. I'm just happy you're a movie fan at the end of the day. But yeah, I think those DVDs do have a lot of value still. So I just want you to think about your DVDs before you decide to throw them away. As simple as that, but that's just the topic of the day, guys. Those are my thoughts right now. You gotta let me know in the comments below. What do you think of DVD collecting? Why do you love DVDs, or why do you dislike DVDs? Let's hear it in the comments below. Let's respond to each other, create a dialogue, hit the likes on everybody's comments, hit the like on this video, blockbuster that like so hardcore, guys, for the nostalgia days out there of DVDs. Of course, turn on that subscribe, that notification bell. We're making the push to 5,000 subs in 2026. Of course, you may think you're subscribed because I pop up in your home feed. Just go double check, make sure you are actually subscribed. That's an amazing way to help the channel, my friend. And of course, you want to really support physical media collecting. Hype up this video, hype it up, hype it up, hype it up. It's so important to hype up in 2026 to try to save DVDs and every physical media format out there, of course. And of course, have a great day watching and talking your movies, my friends. And you love this physical media topic, just make a blockbuster next video right now. And thank you so much, my mega membership supporters. If you love talking and collecting movies, consider joining the Mega League of Film Fans through memberships to support content creation while gaining access to perks like shoutouts, exclusive videos, and future topic choices.